Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Today's video is my August TBR, and I picked a few books for the month. So I have this thing where every month now I'm only going to be picking up to 12 books. I can pick less than that, or I can pick up, 12, but I can't go over 12. Just because. I mean, I can read more than 12, but for my TBR videos, I'm only going to be picking up to 12. This is because, okay, so I started a bullet journal, my bullet journal. So everybody else's I've been watching, those are like really creative and I really like those. But I'm not a creative person. I'm just not. So what I did is I wrote down the month, which you can't read it because I just put it in pencil. So it's June. You can't read it. I haven't done August. I've done July, but I'm going to show you June because this is actually done. Though I didn't color that in. So I wrote, this is my TBR. This is like my book haul. This is like my wrap up. And then I have like favorites that I write down. It may not be my favorites for the year, like, the whole year, but they're definitely favorites that I read in the month. So I wrote that down. This is just to help me get, be organized and know what, like what I'm reading and what I'm buying and stuff like that. Also for the buying. So I'm kind of like putting in more boxes than, because only 12 fits, okay? Only 12 actually fits. And so I put like some boxes on the side so I can get up to 14 because that's how many books I bought or received in that month. So I realized I'm probably gonna have to do 2 pages for my book haul as well as my wrap up, because again, only 12 books fit. And if you can't tell, this TBR was just a mess. I had, I think, my 12, and then I had another 5 over here, which that was pretty bad. But I did it, so yeah, so only 12 fits, so I'm only going to put up to 12. I'm not going to go beyond that, and then it makes my videos smaller too as much, because most of the time I'm picking like 16, 17, almost 20 books to read for the month, and I'm like, okay, be realistic. I know in July I actually read 19 books, which was fantastic. I read 19 books in July. 12 were the first 3 weeks, and then 7 was booktubeathon. So yeah, I did amazing for July, but I'm not going to think that I'm going to be doing that every month. And then there are going to be months I can't even read like 4 books. And that can happen. I mean, I can see it. I will try to pick bigger books then, and then get actually like make it worth it. But yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm only picking up to 12. I can pick less than 12, I can pick 12, but I cannot pick more than 12 for my videos. And then I can read more than 12 of, obviously I probably will, you never know. But I cannot pick, but I can't pick for my TBR more than 12 books. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. So that's what I'm doing. So I picked 10 books because I want to kind of give myself some wiggle room, I want to do some mood reading. I don't really want to pick 12 books because I just not in the mood to pick 12. And just to be, just in case I don't read 12, I only read 10, and I'll be really happy if I read these 10. So that's, yeah, does this make sense? This doesn't, yeah, no. I'm going to stop talking about that, and I'm going to get into the books because, yeah, let's get into the books. Okay, so I picked 10 books for the month of August, okay? The first 3 books are, of course, my in-depth books, because September, I am really thinking I can be done in September. By the end of September, I will finish the in-depth, or not finish, but catch up with all the books currently out in the in-depth series, because Echoes in Death is out. It came out August 1st. it's out. I need to get that book. Okay. So, the 3 books in my In Death series are Festive in Death, number 39, Obsession in Death, number 40, and Devoted in Death, number 41. These are all 3 main novels. None of them are novellas. So, okay, I have to read these 3 books by the end of August. And if I do, then I'll only have 3 main books and a novella to read in September. I can do that. I can do that. It's just a book a week. I can do that. I'm going to do it. And then I will be all caught up in September. And then in October, I can decide if I'm going to pick another big series to read. Like that one. Though it would be all rereading. That's my Dark Hunter series by Shannon Kenyon. I've read a lot of the books in there. I think it's only got like 20, maybe 21 books. But I kind of just want to, because I haven't caught up with it, but I have reread and reread and reread a lot of the books in that series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. And those books are like crack. They're just so addicting, and I cannot stop reading them. So, yeah. I know, though, there is this point in the series where it just takes a massive turn, and I don't really like getting up to that point. And then there's one book that just makes me sob so intensely. I ugly cry like nobody's business. It's also, like, one of the biggest books in the series. So I think I'm gonna, maybe I'll read those. Maybe. We'll see. Or maybe I'll pick a different series. Maybe one that's not so much. We'll see what I do. Maybe I'll just not pick a series and wait till the next year and then do it. And then just read a ton in the last few months of the year. I don't know. I'll see. Like I said, I'll see in October. Okay. So the next 3 books that I chose are 3 books in a series. These books are 3 to 5, 3, 4, and 5 in a series. So my thing is, I didn't want to read book 1 and 2 again. I just didn't. I've reread book 1 like twice, and I really love that series, or that book, and I really love this series, but I just didn't want to read 1 again. And then 2, I haven't reread that book before, and I could kind of reread it, but I'm like, I really like book 3, and the turn, like, after 2, it, like, kind of shifts. I don't know what that noise is. I don't know if you can hear it, but if you can, I have no idea what that noise is. That's annoying. It's really annoying. Okay, so yeah, like, after book 2, it takes, like, a massive shift, and then, who knows, maybe I'll read book 2 again. I don't know, I just don't want to. I really want to read book 3. So I really like where book 3 and on goes. To me, I know a lot of people really don't. So, I do. But who knows, maybe I'll read book 2 again. Maybe. I don't think so. No, I'm gonna stick with book 3. Okay, so book 3. So, of course, this is the Throne of Glass series. If you didn't get where I was going with this, it's the Throne of Glass series. So I didn't want to read Throne of Glass again, and Crown of Midnight I really liked, and I really liked, because it was a lot better than Throne of Glass, and I really liked Throne of Glass, so I was like, I really like Crown of Midnight. But again, I just like where book 3 and on goes. So book 3, Airfire, almost dropped these. Airfire, book 3, really want to read this. These are really chunky too. Crown of Midnight I think is like the Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight like the smallest ones. So they just get chunkier and chunkier as it goes on. Then I have Queen of Shadows, book 4. Let's see. And then I have Empire Storms, book 5. This one doesn't look as chunky, but that's because they used these really stupid pages and made it really chunky. Or they made it look not as chunky, but this is a 689 page book. And this is what they did with Aquawar? I think that's what they did with Aquawar. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that so much. But yeah. if I'm going to read a chunky book, I want it to look chunky. It's not going to fit in my purse anyway, so I don't even think I can bring this with me. But I really want to read these 3 books. Because Tower of Dawn does come out in September, and I want to read it. Even though I'm not as excited for it as I was for the rest of the series, because I really, really love the series, but it's just, I'm not the biggest fan of Kale. Again, one of the reasons why I don't really want to read Crown of Midnight. Book 3, she gets, it's my favorite ship. It's my favorite person I ship her with, and that's why. Yeah. Yep, I'm good. So, the next book that I want to read, I don't have yet, but that is Maid-sama, Volume 9, Bind Up Number 9, Volumes 17 and 18. I have to get that. And I will get that the minute I get paid. I will go and get that, along with Echoes and Death. I have to get those 2. So, yeah. I am definitely going to read that this month. It's on my list to read. And it's the last book in the series. Or the last bind up. It's the last 2 books in the series, but I'm just like, I have to read it. I cannot wait for it. I definitely have to read it. Okay, so that was number 7. 3 more books to go. I have 2 books in my 17 of 2017 books to read. The first one is one that I actually started in the beginning of the year and just never continued on with it because I was sort of enjoying it, but I really wasn't in the mood for it. And that is Passenger by Alexander Bracken. Again, I was sort of enjoying it, I just really wasn't in the mood for it. And here's the thing, and I keep forgetting this. Sarah J. Maas blurbed it. Why do I keep forgetting that? I don't know. And it's supposed to be like this really epic time travel, like romance type of thing. And I'm like, okay. And I really loved Ruby Red, which I read for Booktubeathon. I really enjoyed that. So I kind of am in the mood for it now. So I'm going to read it. And I got 100 pages in. See that? I got 100 pages in and just quit reading. And this is, I think, almost 500 pages. So I have to read that. And the next book is another 2017 17 book to read. Or 17... It's another book in the 17 of 2017 books to read. And that's The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee. I don't really know too much about this, but I really want to read it. The cover is gorgeous. The end papers are really, really gorgeous. And again, a lot of really great people blurbed it. Well, okay, Melissa De La Cruz blurbed it, and I like her. At least I used to really love her. Oh, and Cecily von Ziegler? Sorry. The author of Gossip Girl blurbed it. And I did really enjoy those books for a while. Oh, and Amy Tintera blurbed it. And I read Ruined last month too. So, okay. I'm gonna get into this book. I'm gonna read it. I don't know too much about it. I know it starts off with like a death, like a murder or something. And you don't know who did it. And then like it goes back in time before it happened, and then you're reading up to that event, like the end will be that scene again, and you'll finally understand like what happened. So the whole time you're probably like guessing like, okay, maybe you did it, or maybe you did it. Why is this happening? So yeah, I really want to read that. So okay, other than these books, I just picked a random book to read. I forgot that I had a Colleen Hoover book on my to read shelf, which is this shelf. This like whole bookcase is my to be read, and like my unread shelf. And I forgot that I had a Colleen Hoover book. I also have some Jennifer L. Murtaugh books on there, which I'm really upset with myself because I should really read those. These are like my favorite authors. Why haven't I read those yet? So the Colleen Hoover book that I had on there was Too Late. And I know this one she had on Wattpad for a while, and then she finally put it out in print. So I was like, I gotta get it, and I got it, and I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it either. I don't know. I'm not really, I get nothing from the synopsis, so I don't really know. But all I know is that it's a Colleen Hoover book, and it should be amazing. And I was gonna read it, because I got Wattpad, like I downloaded it just to read this book. And then she put it in print, like she finally printed it. So I was like, okay, well, get rid of Wattpad. I really want to read this book. Okay. I know there's another Colleen Hoover book that I haven't read, which is Never Never. Is that what it's called? Never Never? Something like that. It's one that she co-wrote, I think, and it was put into like three books. So I have to get those. I wonder if she's gonna make like one book for those three. That would be really good. I don't know, but I really have to get those. And I know she has a new book coming out in October, and I have to get that too. But yeah, these are the 10 books that I plan on reading in the month of August. And we'll see if I read any more. I would like to read more, but yeah, we'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was my August TBR, and I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Happy reading. Bye.